Hi guys, so today, as you can see, I am not in my usual setting. Today I am in my art room, which is next door to my bedroom. This is just my desk and sort of a few bits, and today the video I'm going to be doing is sort of a GCSE art type, my tips and looking at some of my work that I've been doing. Obviously I'm coming up to the end of my courses now, and it has been so stressful taking art, and it occurred to me that YouTube is quite a creative place, and lots of you might be taking GCSE art, or you might be starting it or thinking about starting it, or maybe you've done it, or maybe you're not creative at all and you just fancy watching this video just to see what my artwork's like. I'm really passionate about art. I love art so much. I've taken 4 creative subjects for my GCSEs, and it is not what I expected at all. There is so much writing, and people really don't appreciate how academic it is. I think it's sometimes put at the bottom of the pile, and I just want to show people how difficult it is and how much fun it is at the same time. So I've got a few of my books with me today. This is one of my art books. It's an A3 art book, and as you can see straight away, you can see just how thick it is, and it's crazy, and it's like bulging. At the beginning of your GCSE, you will get they will explain to you that at the end of your GCSE you have to submit 2 units. The unit may be a book, it may be pieces of paper, and then at the end of the unit it has a final piece. So you submit 2 of those, plus personal work, plus you do your 10-hour exam and the book that goes with it. At the beginning of each unit, your teacher will give you a starting point. A starting point can range from sort of a general paragraph to just one word. My starting point for this one was London lights and portraiture. Is that how you say it? Portrait. A portrait using lights, basically. And we went on a trip to London, and this is just some of the stuff we've been doing. I'll just show you a few pages. So as you can see, I like to stick my information sheets in the front with blue tack so I can move them round, and paper clips are also amazing for this. So it's going to be difficult. So that's what I like to do at the front. I like to do all my research at the front, so this is just a bit of research on London, a few artists, section copies. As you can see, it's quite involved and there's quite a lot on the pages. You want to make it like visually attractive. So this is just a bit of my London work, Winter Wonderland lights, statues in London and stuff like that. I am really proud of my artwork, I will admit that, but it does take up a lot of time, a lot of after school time, and you have to really want to do it, I think. Structure diagrams, as you can see there's a lot of writing, leaflets, just general bits and bobs, artist studies. You want to base it around something. Basically I decided I wanted to study like the whole body instead of the face, so I looked at David Hockney. So then I decided, because I'm into my drama and my singing and my stage stuff, I was going to do a stage with the spotlights, and that was going to be my light source. So I started looking at Degas and bits like that. Then I started taking pictures of my friend Georgie, because she does ballet, and it's a lot of research, and then you start sort of working with different materials and looking at all different artists. So I started developing it more, And then I started looking at the medium of batik, which is melting wax and putting it onto fabric and then putting inks and dyes around it so the wax resists that. As you can see, these are just a few examples of batik, some from artists, some that I've done. So yeah, I decided I was going to do 3 ballerinas with batik on a large material piece, and I was testing out colours and setting it out, a lot of sort of structure bits, and then just more ballerinas. So then I knew what I was doing for my final piece, and because this is in class you can have as many hours as you want really, but for this one I'd say it was about 10, 15, 20 hours. This is my final piece. It's all different ballerinas. You're not going to be able to see my face now. It's all different ballerinas in batik on a large piece of fabric. I don't know if you can see it. In 3 different colours, and I've done pen on top for more details. At the bottom, this is interesting, I've been inspired by, oh my god, Henry de Toulouse-Lautrec, who did like all these like orchestra and audience at the bottom. As you can see, I've got my spotlights with it, and I was really pleased with this, and this is going to get mounted, and yeah, it's a lot of layers and a lot of work, but I'm really pleased with this. And with my art, I like to do something that I would want to have on my wall, and I think it's really nice to experiment with loads of different things because it keeps it exciting instead of sticking to paint and canvas. And like, one of the things I'd say, if you are doing GCSE art and your teacher's quite like paint, canvas, fine art, just ask, just say, do you think it would be alright if I did some collage, or like just really experiment, because sometimes the best things come out of you just being messy, like just with your hands everywhere, like paint, like throwing darts at paint, if you've seen Princess Diaries. I have another book here, which is my mock exam book that I've just done, and this is Ripple, and we went on a residential trip to south of France. I'm not saying that if you take art you will go on residential trips, because I don't know your art department, but on mine we do go on trips a lot, and we're really lucky in that sense. Again, just leaflets, like I said, I put my bits at the front. This, I was looking at prints. This is a heavy one. I was looking at prints, as you can see, and all different water ripple prints, collage, just going wild with it. Life drawing we do, that's fun. Feet, Maggie Hamling. Just really like studying artists and just going mental. And you know, if you can see your book is like bulging and breaking, that's a good sign. Definitely the A3 books have pushed me more to fill them up in the 6 weeks. I know some people do A4 books, but the A3 really just pushes you. That's my final piece. Hang on. This is my final piece. It was a massive collage of prints of someone's feet on the sand and the shore washing up, and yeah, it's just really about filling it up and being creative and experimental. So I'm going to give you some top tips now if you're thinking of taking art, or some just little comments to make you think about whether you want to take it or not. The first thing is that when I took art, I had no idea how much writing was going to be involved. We do this thing called a brain on a page, and it's literally just writing and writing and writing and writing. It's a lot of studying other art. It's not as much as A level obviously, but it is a lot of studying work, copying work. It's not as much about the history of art, definitely not in GCSE. So if you're thinking that it's all about the history of art, like Aboriginal art and stuff like that, it's not about that. I think it's about, the core of it is taking inspiration from people and making your own interpretation of it. Like I said before, it's best to be experimental with what you use, because what they're looking for is you've got a broad range of talent with loads of different materials. And at the beginning, I felt like I was being pushed into one material, but they only do that so you learn the materials to start with. So at the beginning, if you're feeling a bit like this isn't me, this really isn't me, keep with it, because it gets so much easier and you get more reign of choice of what you're doing. Definitely you have to be an organised person, someone that's going to take it home and do it and think in your own mind, what do I need to do to get to this grade? And also just ask your teacher, just be like, what else do I need to do to get to the next level? It is different to what I thought it was going to be, but it's also a good different. Obviously my art department has a lot of trips and my class is very small, so it's like a little family. I definitely think art teachers are very matey and friendly, and I like that. Obviously it's not for some people. Some people like regime and like lesson and like the same set out. It's not like that in art at all. It's sort of, this is the basics, now go and do what you think. Definitely you have to be creative, obviously. You have to have your own mind, I think, because you can't just copy someone else's work. Like, if maybe an artist or another person in your class, if you copy that person's work, then you both get bad grades. So you've really got to think outside the box. I have really enjoyed it, and it's sad that it's coming to the end. I took fine art. Obviously there's different sections of art, and obviously I'm talking about my art, but I really enjoy it, and I think if you're creative, up for a bit of a laugh, and just want to do well, really push against those walls, because I know art is considered not as academic, but it is, and if you really love it and something you want to do, I think it's important to keep it alive. So thank you for watching, and hope you like my art, and you've seen my art room now. So comment what your art's like, if you do art, and what you thought of my art, and I will see you next time. Okay.